poets, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the choices that we make as writers in our poetry. Now, poets have such a hard job because every single thing they do, whether it is word choice, when to move down to the next line, what to make the poem look like, white space, all of that are decisions that you are making. Poets make lots and lots of decisions as they're writing. So we're going to talk about a few today. So poets make deliberate choices. That means that they really think through the choices that they're making in order to do the right thing for their poem. Okay? And you're going to think about the language that you're choosing. So I have some options up here that you can try. I'll show you where I tried them in mine, and then later when you're writing, you can try some of them too. So think about sensory words. I have some words up there like slither and warmth. So when the reader reads it, they can almost feel it, see it. You want words that mean something to the reader. Rhyme. You can choose to rhyme. Go, slow, no. You can choose to rhyme at the end. You can choose to rhyme within a line. Repetition. You might have a word or a phrase that you repeat over and over again. That might be a choice you make. Alliteration. Alliteration is when you start words with the same sound. So I have the S sound up there. That might be something that you try. Similes and metaphors, those are comparisons. So you're comparing one thing to another. The difference is that a simile uses the word as or like. Onomatopoeia are those sounds, the words that sound like what they are. Bam, pow, we see a lot of those in like comics with superheroes. And personification, so that's when something that's not a person has a characteristic of a person. Okay, so let me read my poem to you and tell you about some of the choices I made. Okay, so this poem is a small part of a longer poem, but I chose this part just so that we could talk through some of the choices I made. Okay, the ball placed perfectly in the corner, balancing on a blade of grass like a scoop of ice cream on a cone. I took 2 steps back, 1 to the left, perfectly angled for the kick. Staring at the ball, I raise my arm, let it fall. My laces make contact perfectly on the belly of the ball. Time slowed, the ball soared as it dipped down perfectly, connecting to my teammate's head. Whoosh! The ball drilled the net perfectly out of reach of their goalie. Okay, so let me show you where I made some of those decisions. So when it came to rhyme, I'm not a big rhymer. I don't love rhyme within a poem, every single line, but I did rhyme one small part. I have ball and fall, and that's the decision I made as a poet, just to rhyme one time in there. I did not really use alliteration. That, again, that's not something that I usually use, but if you choose to use it in your poem, go right ahead. My simile, did you hear it up top? I said that the soccer ball was balancing on a blade of grass like a scoop of ice cream sits on the cone. So that's kind of what I compared the two. It's what it looked like in my mind. Onomatopoeia, did you hear it? It was down here with the whoosh. The personification, I said the belly of the ball. Let me find it. My laces made contact, my shoelaces made contact perfectly on the belly of the ball. So that ball had like a stomach. The other thing I did is I used repetition. So this was a perfect moment in my childhood, and I chose to use the word perfectly. It all felt so perfect, so I used the word perfectly to repeat through my poem. And then sensory words. I tried to use words like dipped. It drilled the back of the net. It didn't just hit the back of the net, it drilled the back of the net. So I thought about some of those choices as I was going. So anytime that you are writing your poem, hopefully later today you'll do some writing, really think through the decisions and choices that you're making. Think about your word choice. Think about repetition or how things sound. All of those are choices you can make that will help the reader understand the reason that you're writing. Okay? Good luck, poets.